Well, the main issue really is that for a long time, dyslexia has been denied in New Zealand. In common with a lot of other countries, the official view has been for a long time that dyslexia did not exist. Dyslexia is the most common of a wider range of neurodiverse conditions, and it affects 1 in 10 people worldwide, and these people have largely been shortchanged in the education system, and many have been sidelined in the world of work. So it's an issue of equity. So we think it's about time we address the needs of this group of people. We now know a lot more about dyslexia, and there are some exciting new developments in this field, both understanding the condition and secondly, being able to provide technology and other solutions to help dyslexic people achieve. Ako has pursued 2 research projects in the area of dyslexia. They've both revealed that dyslexia impacts on the learning of many people in tertiary education. If there's one learning for everybody in this project is that dyslexia is a difference, not a disability. And the more people that know that, the better. And these research projects have done just that. They've shone the light on that. And we've found also that with some minor changes that would occur within tutors and with employers in the case of people in industry training can make a really big difference to dyslexic people. The central feature of the National Research Project was to fine-tune a wraparound support package and to trial that and to evaluate it. We trialled it and evaluated it, and then at the end came up with a 6th component, which I'll talk about in a moment. The 5 components are: 1, we screened people to identify their dyslexia. That's powerful for someone who is dyslexic, to have a name for why they've struggled for a long time. Step 2, we provide them with information about dyslexia, both the challenges and the positive features. And steps 1 and 2 are very, very powerful for someone who is dyslexic, because all of a sudden they understand why they are dyslexic, they understand that it's not just them, and they understand that it comes with some good bits as well as the bad bits. Step 3 was we encourage them to own their own dyslexia. That's a challenge, but we coach people to own their dyslexia and to let other people know they are dyslexic and not to be ashamed of it. Step 4, we provided information to all the people that engaged with those learners. So it could have been their tutors, it could have been their colleagues, sometimes it was their workmates, it could have been their boss if they're also in work. So providing information to those people enabled those people to engage more productively and constructively with the dyslexic learner. And step 5, we facilitated both human support by way of reader-writers and other mentors for the dyslexic person, but the main thing we did, we accessed some very clever technology for them, and that can be make amazing difference. So things like a reading pen, things like software on your computer, things like apps on your smartphone can make a really big difference for dyslexic learners. The 6th step, which we didn't include in our original, but we learned as a result of the project and also research findings from around the world, was the most powerful thing we could do for a dyslexic learner was to share with them the practices of other successful dyslexic people. Because at the end of the day, the dyslexic person has to take charge of their own learning, and there are a set of behaviours and information that can assist them do that. So the step 6 is to empower the dyslexic person to take charge of their own ongoing learning and behaviour, and that's really a powerful thing. We know that there are some very simple guides and steps that tutors can take to make learning much more accessible to dyslexic learners. And the exciting and the good thing is, what is good for learners with dyslexia is in most cases good for other learners as well. So it doesn't disadvantage other learners, it's just encouraging tutors and other educators to move to a higher level of their educational delivery. It's good for organisations as well, because if they can meet the needs of dyslexic learners, all of a sudden there's another 10% of the population that can have their needs met in tertiary education. The most exciting part of dyslexia, in my opinion, is what's called positive dyslexia. We know that dyslexia comes with challenges, but it also comes with a whole lot of positive features. We know that dyslexic people often, not always, but often demonstrate these kind of different and positive skills. We know that they're often got very enhanced visual, spatial, and 3D skills. We know that many dyslexic people have very strong kinesthetic skills, very strong practical skills. We know that they're often innovative and creative and come up with different solutions to problems. We know that they're able often to make connections and see relationships that other people often don't see. We know also that they're often very empathetic. We know also that there is a higher current of entrepreneurship within people who are dyslexic. There is figures out there that say that a very large number of the world's self-made millionaires are people with dyslexia. So many of the skills and talents that dyslexic people have are skills that I think could be highly valued in the workplace and in higher education. So that's the plus side of dyslexia, and I think that's a very exciting story.